Alright, looks like y'all get a two for McDoofer today. I found my hat, and I found my wallet. My wallet was sitting on my desk the entire fucking time. The hat was over here on the fucking floor for some fucking reason. So now I don't have to rush anything, because now I can actually relax and take my time and think. I need to put this back in the fucking rifle. Or not. Put it in my vest. Alright. So, right now I'm gonna go over some things that a couple people have had questions about. I need to put on my ankle brace. I'm gonna go over some things that a couple people have had questions about, and moreover, just most of the time the questions I'm talking about are questions from people in the real world that know me and have noticed things that I've said I was gonna do and didn't do, or noticed that I'm doing things weird or whatever. Ow! So, give me 1 second. I can't focus on two different things at the same time. I'm not a good multitasker. So, the question of the hair and my whole 5-year plan. What happened to those? Hair, I will admit, I just got tired of constantly, pretty much every 2 weeks, having to shorten the sides and back again and again and again. It got annoying and irritating. You got a ponytail, and all this shit is for the world to see. Because I can't just, get rid of the ponytail and just wear it back without my hair falling to the sides and the front and making me look like fucking Trunks from Dragon Ball. No, I'm not a fan of Dragon Ball at all. Dragon Ball is extremely annoying, and I hate it. There you go. But anyway, to my orders of business. Again, I need to script these things. I need to give myself a fucking schedule of shit I can and can't talk about, and things that I need to talk about, and things I don't talk about. So, since the first video was kind of very impromptu and ended very abruptly because I realized my wallet was missing, and its purpose was airsoft and update, I guess let's keep talking about airsoft. I've already gone over the specifics of this thing. Good, really, really cheap little sleeper rifle. It's an LPEG. It's low price electric gun. It's very good. It's very solid. Comes with a battery, charger. Charger's there. Battery's here. Which for those of you curious, the battery is a nickel metal hydrate. A 700 milliamp, 8.4 volt, 7 cell. I am going to be looking at gearboxes and motors that are LiPo compatible, because I don't know if this one will survive a LiPo, and I don't want to burn it up, because this is my only AEG, and I love the little bastard. Like, it was 95 bucks at Academy. I was expecting, no, it was actually 85. It was 85 at Academy, because I only paid $111. And I bought a box of attachments with it. That's this sight. It's the sight, a flashlight, and something else. And a speed loader. That was 11. No. After tax, it was 100. Yeah, it was 95. The name is the price. So yeah, it's a real good little rifle. 95 bucks US. At least where I am, prices I know are subject to change. Got hop up. Somewhat ambidextrous. Safety. Yeah, that's gonna be annoying. It's got flip-up peep sights. They're decent enough. They're not good. They're not bad. Well, I mean, they're good when you're outside and in daylight and your target that you're aiming at isn't a dark color. You know, as to be expected. It has a whopping 2 metal parts. A sling mount right here, and then your select fire. On the traditional, this is your mag release. You pull this back and you drop the mag. Go on this, mag release is back here. It's this little black button. But you know, that isn't bad. It doesn't ever. It's yet to drop a mag on me in the middle of the game. Because how I play, I'm very squared out. I'm not very close in. I'm square. And I am just here. The rifle always rides high, it never rides here, it always rides up here. Because no recoil, so I don't have to properly clinch down, I can stay more comfortable. Overall, it's comfortable with a rifle. You've got a angled area here, and then the grooves right here, which is this piece on this side. You can use that to hold your thumb, and you can hold here, and it's a very comfortable grip if you don't have a foregrip, which I actually didn't have a foregrip for a while, which is something that this rifle desperately needs unless you're holding it up here or down here, because just holding it flat here is it's uncomfortable for my wrist. I don't know about anyone else's, but grip, I want to get an angle grip, which I'm looking at some aluminum machined ones. So yeah, it may be soon, it may not be soon that I'll have a different grip. More than cosmetic things, the plan for this is I like it how it is, but I'm either going to be painting it in a dazzle camouflage with purple and white being the colors, with some silver weathering showing through, or I may not. I don't know. It honestly just kind of depends on what I feel like when or if I decide to paint it. Because right now this rifle matches my general kit's colors. I like it. It's nice. But the plans for the rifle are upgrade the gearbox, upgrade the motor, extend the barrel, and get a narrower barrel. Get a 6.1 mil barrel, so that way the BB is gonna fly straight. Which this thing is almost unstoppable in terms of accuracy from what I've experienced with it. If I'm pointing at it, it's hitting it. I don't know if that's me or the rifle, but it doesn't have any kind of sway. Like, yeah, it has natural grouping, but at, 30 yards, the grouping's still within space this big. Which, I mean, ain't bad, especially for a $95 gun at almost 100 feet. This is the hat I was talking about, the operator cap that we're missing. Sergeant Sherman. Recruiting. Joy. But yeah, it's an amazing little rifle. It is cheap, it is affordable, and you never see anyone using it because of its price point. I'm willing to bet it is the price point of the rifle that turns people off from it. Because every video I've ever seen that talks about beginner rifles, they tell you to avoid AEGs that are $100 or less. They talk about the perfect beginner AEG is always around 150 price point, maybe more, never less. And let me tell you, this thing is an amazing rifle. It's good, it's fantastic, it's comfortable, it's lightweight, it's portable, and this is my bias, I love bullpups, so I'm going to fawn over any bullpup rifle. Because a full-size bullpup is still smaller than a full-size M4. smaller than a full-size AK. Full-size bullpup is always smaller than absolutely everything because the mag is behind you. That means your barrel starts right here, roughly. Well, on this thing, I think the barrel starts right here. So you got your full-length barrel just going. Me and my buddy Tyler, we lined up his M4 with my bullpup, magwell to magwell. His barrel sticks out this much farther. However, when I drop the rifle, his barrel is all the way out here. And I know that doesn't look like much until you're in a CQB environment, or you are in general an environment that can tangle you up. A longer rifle is always going to cause more problems in close quarter areas. That's why I love bullpups, because they've got a full-size barrel for long range accuracy, and they're a smaller package. I love them to death because they are, in my opinion, the superior rifle. No, this isn't to start a flame war with M4 purists. It's not to start a flame war with AK fags, which I am an AK fag. I love the AK to death. But if I have to buy a rifle for the same price point, I'm going to buy a bullpup. Every day, bullpup. Because the bullpup's going to be smaller, especially in airsoft. Now, we're talking, you know, a real rifle? That depends. Are we talking an AK-47, full wood stock, 7.62, semi-auto, full auto, whatever? We talking that against, you know, an L85, AK. A Steyr AUG, AK. A FAMAS, either G1 or G2, FAMAS. Because I love the FAMAS. And it's going up against a Tavor. Oh, I'm sorry. AK, I will throw you to get to the Tavor. I am a Tavor fag all the way. I love them to death. They're a versatile, beautiful rifle that looks very good and is a very good rifle. Again, my personal opinion. So yeah, good rifle for the price point. My sidearm is a Crossman C11 Air Mag. It is CO2, not gas blowback, just CO2. Another problem with it is that when you load it and you drop the mag, it does drop a BB. This currently has 4 BBs. I load it, I drop the mag. It now has 3. It's a BB that it dropped. I missed. Here's another one that dropped earlier. I hit you. That's an extremely aggressive pistol. I shot my bed, not a hard target, not something that'll bounce off of. I shot the slack in the blanket. I am intelligent when it comes to these things. I'm responsible. That's why this doesn't have a battery plugged into it when it has a mag, unless I'm at a field. No battery. I do need to change my plugs from Tamiya to Dean's, because Dean's plugs are, again, just my opinion, the superior plugs. They're what I've been using for years. They're a lot easier to deal with, and just in my experience, I've had way less problems with it. So back to the gear, my loadout will either be my desert BDUs, my vest, rifle, possibly the pistol, and this cover, or this cover with goggles. So that means these are going to be worn with these babies, because any kind of eye pro is better than no eye pro. Until I can get some shooting glasses, that is. These things are cocky asses. A little bit broke. Damn, he broke my glasses. I don't know. I'm going to be getting a face mask one of these days, so that I don't have to wear my paintball mask. I'm going to make it a point that all my accessories have the same camo, or be just straight up black or khaki. My next purchase will be after I've upgraded my rifle and gotten, you know, a few M4 mags and at least a better gearbox or longer extended barrel. Actually, where does the barrel end? Yeah, the flashlight's on. What the hell? Again, I do not have professionalism in my videos. Oh yeah, I can extend this thing's inner barrel about a good 3-4 inches. Its barrel ends down here. I can extend that thing all the way up and through. So yeah, definitely got to get myself a better barrel. Oh, what was on my foot? I'm sorry, these pants have tassels at the bottom for tightening them at the bottom. And I forgot about that. So yeah, they gave me a little bit of a scare. You know, nothing major, just a little bit of a scare. Where was I going? I don't remember. Crazy. I'm going crazy. Yeah, my loadout's either going to be that with my combat vest, which my combat vest is a legitimate plate carrier. I can buy body armor plates and put them in it. Hooray! I may wind up doing that just for the weight, because if I'm going to be wearing, you know, a 8.5 pound bulletproof helmet, I'm going to want the full weight bulletproof vest to go with it, which this helmet, this helmet does have two different covers for it. It has the desert cam cover and a jungle cam cover, which the cover is the cloth on it. It's just an OD green helmet under it. Those who aren't familiar with these helmets, I know I'm not. I know nothing about this helmet. I don't know make, model, serial, whatever. I know nothing about this thing. All I know is it is a legit combat helmet used by a legit Army veteran who's done his service, done his time, and I am proud to have it. I may not necessarily care for the country, I may not want to be military, but I am proud of the people who are military, and I'm, as a result, proud to own his gear. Sergeant Sherman, I don't know anything about the guy. I do have one of his dog tags. It was tied to his boot. That's a very common practice. The secondary dog tag that hangs down on a set of tags, they'll put that in their boot. That's in case they get their heads blown off and their tags go flying. They'll still be able to be identified. It's very morbid, but what are you gonna do? So yeah, either gonna be that or this lid and goggles, which these goggles do take a bit to get agreeing with it. I typically have to pull them back and tuck them under the bandana, because the Velcro, or not the Velcro, the elastic on these goggles, when I got them, they weren't on the helmet. I pulled them taut, I stretched them to put them on the helmet. Dust flew everywhere, and then it never sprung back. Ever. So until I can get some better eye pro, these are what I'm using. And until I can get some face protection, I'm probably just going to be rocking a bandana. Wherever it is. Over there. I could take this bandana off, but this is my neck protection. So I'm not. And I mean, it's also my shade, so no. I'm not getting rid of that. It's fucking crazy. But, it does have what I think is a rhino mount on the front. So I'm going to be ordering one of the horns to clip into it off of Wish, super cheap, just to see if that even is indeed what it is, see if that thing fits or not. If it fits, hey, cool, then I can probably get a set of binos for it, or a set of goggles, or something to go onto it. And if not, well, Wish does returns. I have a speed loader. I have 2 speed loaders, actually. I don't know where the second one came from. It was just in my bag one day. Yeah, 2 speed loaders, got a box of ammo up there. Yada yada yada. Blah 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 blah. Airsoft, airsoft, airsoft. Oh, specs on this thing. It is CO2. I don't know the size of the tank. I would if I talked to Julian or Anthony, because I use his tank. Undermount Picatinny rail. I do plan on, if I use this for as long as I think I will, I do plan on getting one of the rail mounts that's going to go here and allow me to put a sight on this for quicker acquisition, because iron sighting the way I aim is pretty annoying. Aiming with a scope and iron sighting are different things. Aiming with an RDS and a scope are 2 different things. That's an RDS. It's a red dot. It's just a pane of glass with a dot on it. That you can just leave 2 eyes open, have one in line with your right, with the sight, and the other one open, and you get full picture, you get your full depth perception. You don't notice the frame of the sight. You just have this glowing green sight in the middle of your vision. And assuming you don't sway or tilt the rifle, it's going to stay in the middle. And if it's in the middle, that's where you need to aim. It's going to sound fucking stupid to word it this way, but it's like playing COD with the crosshair. That's the word I was looking for, crosshair, not sight. So you're going to have your crosshair just floating here in the middle of it, because you got both eyes open, you're focusing on the background, not the sight. So you're not going to see the frame of the sight. You're just going to see the dot, or the cross, or whatever it is that it's set to, glowing there in the middle. That's all you're going to see. And it's going to be nice and fucking awesome, and it's going to help you with your accuracy. I'm going to tell you what, you're gonna hit targets faster, that's for sure, because you ain't going to be worrying about lining up your sight with one eye. You're going to have them both, it's going to be in the middle, and you're going to know that's where they're going. It's very quick, effective, dirty, short, sweet, and to the point. I would like to buy more mags for this, but you're almost never going to use one. It is very rarely that I've noticed. I've only had to use this thing once. In 30 games, I've used this once. And that was because I wasn't using my gun. And his gun has problems. And it decided at the moment we get rushed, to when I go to fire, to jam up and grind gears and not fire. So I said, fuck it, dropped his rifle, pulled this, and just went to defending my own life. Such is the way of a gun named Plastic Fantastic. Yeah, that doesn't exactly instill faith in me when a rifle is named that. Don't get me wrong, it's not a bad little rifle. It's just, it is a cheap rifle, and it does show. Not in the way that shows being a cheap rifle. That shows it's a cheap rifle in the way some things are set up, with it being plastic gear. Plastic Fantastic shows it's a cheap rifle in its performance. It's a heavy-hitting gun when it fires. But anyway, I've been going on tangents for too fucking long. So, gloves are still... They are the same gloves as my Mandalorian Mercs gloves. They are carpenter's woodworking gloves. They've got knuckle guards, hand pads, finger pads, and exposed fingers. That's why I like them. I need the receptive feedback. I need this sensory bullshittery for my autisms, that I know, okay, my fingers are where they need to be. I know where everything is. I know I'm hitting the mag release. I know I've got on the trigger. I know where the trigger is. I know where the firing line is. These gloves just help me know, as compared to the leather work gloves I got in the box of Army crap. They're a very good glove, and those will probably be my swordsmanship gloves for padding, which I will wear under my steel whenever I order my clamshell gauntlets without a liner. Why without a liner? Because that makes them about $60 cheaper. I am still going to be taking HEMA classes. I'll get more into life after I finish my airsoft update. My plate carrier is ordered from wish.com. It's a cheap little vest. I don't exactly know the name of this camo. It's a good vest. It has a quick release system. Well, it's a Velcro and clip system that is supported by a quick release system. Which, for those of you unfamiliar with the quick release system, there's a handle right here. It is for when someone is wounded. Say that, you know, you're wearing a body armor. You've got a plate covering this area, literally just this area. Say you get shot through the shoulder and through the side. Well, you're bleeding bad. You are hurt. You gotta get the fuck out. Or your medics gotta get to you yesterday. Well, instead of dealing with all the buckles and the Velcro, they give this thing a good solid yank. It rips out the two cords that are hooked here, which are holding your straps on. They're hooked through here and hooked here, which again are what are holding your straps in place. So they rip those out. Your straps all come undone. All that's left is the Velcro. They can just grab and rip off the front of your vest. Plates and all, and it's all gone. You're laying on the back of it, the front of it's been ripped off, or the back has been ripped off, and you're laying on the front, or vice versa. And you just rip it off, and you're good to go, and they can get to chop, cut, and rebuild. It's an amazing little vest. It's a cheap little vest, and I couldn't be happier with it. Well, I mean, I could be happier with this pocket, because I got shortchanged on this pocket. Because I found the vest on Wish. The pocket was different. The pocket unzipped all the way down to the bottom. Just so you can see, this one doesn't. It unzipped all the way to the bottom, and it had this stuff on the inside. It had a pocket on the inside, and this thing was going to be my medical kit. I was going to order a couple tourniquet setups. I was going to get bandages. I was going to get tweezers, pliers, oh my. I was going to get tweezers, needle and thread. This was going to be my medical kit. And now it's shitty, it sucks. Right now it is storing some empty shells for my buddy Tyler's vest, because his vest right here has a rack for shotgun shells. So I've given him some shotgun shells. They are empty, they are already fired primer, rolled over. There's no powder, no charge, no projectile, nothing. They're just an empty shell that's been crimped and rolled. They're 12 gauge, and they're very nice. I love shooting the 12 gauge. We have two 12 gauges. We have a heavy one and a light pistol grip. I hate the pistol grip. It is too light. It is annoying. I love our big, fat, heavy one. Yeah, the vest is covered in molly shit everywhere. You've got plenty of room to carry whatever it is that you're trying to carry. You got a water bag on the back. It'll hold it. It does have a pocket on the inside. On the inside right here, you can unvelcro your shit. And you can get to the pouch that will hold your plates, which this is compatible with legit plates. You can put AR-500 in this thing and carry it. It's gonna be heavy because fucking AR-500, but it'll carry it. Has 3 mag pouches just for fluff and decoration. I currently have M16 pouches, or M16 magazines currently for fluff, decoration, and to feel better. Because I have no spare mags. Once I start getting spare mags, those will slowly be weeded out. Up here I have speed loader, A, filled. I'm gonna get some patches. There's a pocket right here behind the patches, and there's an even bigger pocket right here, which is very good for objectives where you have intel and stuff. You've already seen the pouch, you've seen the molly. The clips are good and strong, they're sturdy until you over tighten them, then it's going to pop the cordage out of its holster, because the cord is a braided metal line. All it does is stick up in here and stay in there because of its shape. It's cocked out like that, so it hooks and doesn't want to slide out. And the cord here winds all the way down, around, up, and up over here. The one over here winds down, across, and up into here. Which, I mean, it's extremely solid. I haven't had the problems of any of these things just, you know, slipping out. I initially didn't know what the lines were for. So I said, fuck it. And I ripped them out, and I had thrown them away, and I'm putting it on, and I'm trying to put the thing together, and I realized that my clip is missing. I'm looking around, the clip's on the floor, then I'm like, oh, something ain't right here. Those cords must be holding these clips on. So, naturally, Jacob no pay attention. So Jacob start fucking figuring out this shit on his own. Fun. And it works, and it's solid. It is where it is. I've compared it to the pictures I took of it when I first bought it. And there's a Velcro patch in here. There's a spot for Velcro to go. There's things for molly systems to go in here, and I don't exactly know why. There's spots for Velcro up here, and I don't know why. I don't understand, and I'm not going to ask, because I know I'm just going to get an answer that just is like, wow, that makes me feel stupid. So yeah, that's my vest. It's not a heavy vest at all. It's not bulky, it's not heavy, it's nothing. Here's my backpack frame, which I believe goes with this belt. I believe that they fish through one another. It doesn't have the shoulder straps for it, but that's an easy fix for me. When I've got this thing figured out, this is going to be the frame for my hiking kit, because I've got a small 1 to 2 person tent, which is preferably a 1 person tent unless I am very, very close to that person. It is a Maelstrom tent. They used to be sold by Dick's Sporting Goods, but I guess they're discontinued now, because I can't even find that tent for sale anywhere. I can't find any information on it anywhere. I can find pictures of it. I can find the online instruction manual for it in Google Images. I can find reviews of it, and it's a very good tent, apparently. It's an expensive ass little tent, apparently. Now, when I say little tent, this thing is a tiny fucking tent. You know, tents are always a shitload smaller than they normally are when they're all folded up. But when they're all folded up, they're usually, you know, got to be carried by a handle or something. No. This thing is tiny. This is like shoulder width. And, you know, maybe 5 pounds. So yeah, this thing is pretty much perfect for a bag tent. This thing will go on top of my camping bag. It's going to be strapped to it, it's going to be secured, and it's going to live right here, I think. All I got to do is figure out how this fucking camping bag works. My laptop's about to die. Ah! Crisis averted. So yeah, that's the 10. I'm actually gonna do it this way to see if that makes it more stable. It does. Good. Good. Now this bag is sealed up. Good. That was something I wanted to figure out. But, yeah. That is pretty much my airsoft kit. I do actually have 2 other uniforms. I have jungle camo and a solid OD green winter uniform. That is going to be for when we decide to do airsoft. It's like fucking 30 degrees out and I don't feel like freezing my fucking nards off. I need to get some thick ass wool socks from my grandparents. And yeah, it's insulated pants, insulated jacket. I've got a pair of military grade long johns. Those things are fucking thick enough to choke a donkey, man. Well, I love thickness, but good lord, that's some thick shit. I've been looking at starting Warhammer 40k, officially starting it anyway, because, I mean, hell, I have 2 complete armies and hordes. I bought a hordes set that I figured I would play, but I don't. That I reckon I will wind up just selling online. And I have a bunch of Warhammer Space Marines and some Dark Eldar. So off of these Space Marines, I've been building lore and my own chapter, my own story, and just kind of really going crazy with it, having fun, and going nuts, and just making a good time. They are a first founding legion. They are the 2nd Legion of Space Marines. Legio Astartes. Their current name, as of the current date in the 41st millennium, is the Sons of the Pariah. their name before that, before their crime arc was murdered by Alfarius Omegon and Robert Gellerman, was the Raiders, Yggdrasil Raiders, or I haven't fleshed out there, but it's either Raiders of Yggdrasil or Yggdrasilian Raiders. And I've got their full little story. I'm working on it. I'm writing it out. Who knows? Maybe I'll narrate myself reading it to y'all. I don't know. Maybe that sounds nice, but basic kind of general overview of them. My phone's going off. Yeah. Joy. I just realized this has been 40 minutes, so I'm not going to get into my Warhammer stuff right now. I did what I meant to do, and that was give y'all an update. So that's been my update. I'm trying to talk till it's 50 minutes solid.